Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, my name is Mariana, and this is my brother Sergio. Sergio was diagnosed with epilepsy, severe autism, and developmental delay after having his first seizure at 10 months old. As a 6-year-old, I didn't understand why my brother would stare off into space and not do the things other babies did. After his diagnosis, my family began to realize our life would change, but we never imagined to what extent. At this time, we lived in Mexico City, where my parents and I had been raised. In 2006, after struggling to find services and programs for my brother, my parents decided to move to the United States, given we were dual citizens. I was 9 years old, and it was hard understanding why we had to leave our family and life behind. But almost 12 years later, I knew it was the right decision, and that Sergio wouldn't be where he is today without it. Sergio is now 14 years old, and our reality of autism is that we have different priorities and dynamics than other families. Ever since Sergio's diagnosis, I had to become more mature and more responsible than other kids my age. I had to learn that he would require more attention from my parents than I did, but that it didn't mean that they loved me any less. I consider myself extremely lucky because my parents have always worked hard to ensure we both received the attention we needed and that I never felt less important. Due to his disabilities, Sergio is nonverbal and has the mental age of a 3-year-old. This makes it frustrating when he cannot tell us what he's feeling or wants, and especially when he feels sick. He tends to scream or make noises to tell us what he wants, but can easily grow upset and stomp around when he cannot communicate. He also has no real sense of danger and tends to run and escape places, meaning we can't leave him alone at any time. However, my family and I have found our own ways to communicate with him through sounds, an iPad program, and even some sign language. Sergio and I may not have conversations like other siblings, but we have our own ways of understanding each other, and I love hearing his laughs and attempts at saying my name every day. Even though he is nonverbal, Sergio can understand both Spanish and English, and I don't think that his mental age truly defines how much he actually knows or his capabilities. Growing up, and even today, going out places has been a struggle. Sergio gets overwhelmed easily and becomes anxious, which results in him hitting his head, dropping on the ground, and screaming or hitting and biting us. This will happen anywhere with no warning. This attracts people to come and ask if he's okay, or simply stare and make comments. At first, this reaction used to frustrate me because I didn't appreciate people's ignorant comments and stares, as there was nothing we could do to stop it. But as time has passed, I have learned that it is better to explain to people why he does what he does and educate them instead of getting angry for their lack of awareness. Vacations and outings are hard because Sergio is unable to just sit down and stay calm, and traveling far or on a plane can be hectic, so we always have to find what we call Sergio-friendly places. However, my family has found ways to make sure that these experiences are more comfortable for him and us, like choosing certain times and places with less people or less noise, and using his iPad to help him stay calm. While we may not be able to go every place or do it all, it doesn't mean we can't do anything. It just means we have to learn to make accommodations. It's hard to think that Sergio might not have the same experiences like me, like learning academics, having friendships, or ever living on his own. However, he has shaped my perspective on the future, thinking about both of us rather than just me, something people my age usually don't have to worry about. I cannot imagine my future without Sergio in it every step of the way, and while some people have suggested this being a burden, I see it as a gift and part of my job as a sibling. Even though there are hard realities to autism, the good realities and rewarding moments outnumber them. With screams of frustration have also come many more screams of joy and happiness. He has taught my family and I so much about life and about positivity, something I wouldn't have learned elsewhere. I know that my experiences of having him as a sibling have made me more accepting, and that with all the realities came lessons of understanding and patience, which have allowed me to become a better person today. Like every other sibling, Sergio has his likes and his dislikes, his good and his bad days, and his favorite things to do and talents. In his case, solving puzzles and swimming. I love him more than anything, and while our reality may not be one that everyone relates to, it's our life, and I know I wouldn't change anything about it or about him because he has helped me become who I am today and continues to impact my life every day.
¿Quién es?